うやってお腹に力を入れて声を出すのよ。
なるほど、発声練習か。
Sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies Top 10. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 best zombie videos. It can be director's cuts, it can be intros, it can be outros, all that sort of stuff that we've seen in zombies, whether it's from Treyarch, from Call of Duty, whatever it is, that is what we got today. You guys voted a bunch on last week's episode, and next week we're going to be doing the top 10 worst maps in Call of Duty Zombies, but we're going to be excluding transit. Okay, guys, so you cannot vote for transit because honestly, I mean, let's be real here, it was probably going to get number one, and this is also going to be excluding all the maps that are part of transit. So that excludes farm, town, bus depot, and also the diner. So do not vote for any of those. That is going to be completely excluded from the list. So comment the worst map besides transit or any of the subsidiary maps down below in the comment section. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into this week's top 10. And coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be the Riese director's cut with Beauty of Annihilation. This was a video uploaded by Treyarch, and this is by far one of the coolest videos that we got in World at War. Riese is such a classic map, a great Easter egg song that played, and we got to see all the characters getting kills and, you know, teleporting, all that awesome stuff, and we get to see some really cool cinematics for the Riese map in World at War. Also, not only that, but it's also one of the trailers where all the character dies and all the characters die, and that's the only time we've ever seen that besides Mob of the Dead. So that was pretty interesting as well. So the Riese director's cut, definitely one of the coolest videos that we have seen, and that's why it got the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot is a great outro Easter egg cutscene, and that is the Riese Drac. I thought this one was going to be a little bit higher because it was very emotional when we see Dempsey turn off the cryogen chamber to kill his 1.0 self, and it was just so emotional. And Dempsey's like, if someone's gonna take him out to save the universe, then it should be me that does it. And then, you know, Richtofen pats him on the shoulder and takes him out of being held up in the air by the summoning key, and it's just so epic, man. That was like the craziest thing. I remember Noah just flipping out completely, and everyone flipped out. It was just by far one of the coolest zombie moments that we had ever seen, and it was so hype like when that happened, guys, because everyone was in Noah's stream. He had so many viewers and everyone just flipped the hell out, and it was absolutely crazy. So definitely the Riese Drac outro Easter egg cutscene got the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 8 spot, we have the GregFPS Easter egg ending cutscene. So in this one, we see and kill Nikolai 1.0 after drinking vodka. It turns out that all the wives that Nikolai 1.0 had were all fake, and they were all fragments of him drinking, which was crazy to see. And another thing that was mind-boggling was Nikolai already had the mark where he got shot on his chest plate, and he got shot in the same exact spot, which was just ridiculous. We also see Richtofen send the souls up to Maxis of the 3 characters, and they end up being inside the Revelations house as children after that. So it was Takiao, Nikolai, and Dempsey, which was really cool to see. So the GregFPS Easter egg ending cutscene got the number 8 spot. Coming in at the number 7 spot is another one from GregFPS, and that is the intro cutscene. So this one was really cool. We got to hear Ace of Spades, and all the characters were falling down from the Aurora Borealis, and this was one of the coolest things that we had ever seen, because they were all falling down, making really cool things. And then we get to see Nikolai 1.0 kind of, you know, like attack them a little bit. We see a dragon flying around, and then Dempsey ends up pulling the man, the myth, the legend, Peter McCain's parachute. So that was really, really cool to see, and I just think that was by far one of the coolest intros or that we had ever seen in Zombies. Just the music was hype. Seeing Nikolai 1.0 and being like, who the hell are these guys, and then shooting at them and them kind of like diving out of the way, and you know, seeing the dragon and everything, that was just by far one of the coolest intros that we had ever seen in Zombies, and it was just so lit. Coming in at the number 6 spot is one that I kind of expected to be a little bit higher, to be honest, but that is the Shadows of Evil Easter egg ending cutscene. But not just the regular one, the one in last gen. So, as you guys know, this is like probably the biggest meme in the Zombies community. Last gen Richtofen, dude, it's so funny. It's so funny to laugh at. It's absolutely hilarious. And, I mean, I 100% understand why you guys voted for this one, because literally it is so funny. Richtofen just looks like he is completely demented, and his face looks like, I don't even know, like, it's just really bad. So I can completely understand why he got the number 6 spot. I thought that was hilarious that you guys voted so many times for that. I mean, that thing got a lot of votes. So the last gen Shadows of Evil got the number 6 spot. Coming in at the number 5 spot is the Zetsubo no Shima Easter egg ending cutscene. So you guys really enjoyed this one. This one was probably the most emotional cutscene that we had ever seen in Call of Duty Zombies ever. It was just so crazy to see Nikolai 1.0 and then Nikolai 2 realizes the Emperor was lying to him the whole time, and it was the Emperor that he was the one that passed down the orders, and it was just crazy to see it. And then we see Nikolai 1.0, you know, put a katana in his stomach, and then, you know, the older or younger version of Takeo cuts his head off. It's just crazy epic, and man, it was crazy. So definitely I can understand why the Zetsubo no Shima Easter egg ending got the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be the Origins Easter egg ending, and I 100% agree with this one. This one was so crazy to see for the first time, because everyone thought that for the past 3 games they had just been playing zombies and it was just kids playing a game. But I mean, it was really intense to see this, and this was the first time we saw the children in the house, and now after seeing it, it's such a cool Easter egg cutscene ending, because we have already seen Origins, or no Origins, Revelations, the ending of the entire zombie cycle within that storyline arc, and it was just so cool to see it. And I remember everyone was like so pissed off that happened, and then we'd seen so many cool things. We actually get to go inside of Samantha's room on Revelations, which was another really cool thing. So overall, I would say that the Origins Easter egg ending is by far one of the coolest, and I'm not really that surprised that we actually saw that. Alright guys, coming in at the number 3 spot is the Mob of the Dead intro cutscene. We get to see the man, the myth, the legend, Brutus, but he ain't Brutus yet, boys. He is just the guard of Alcatraz, and we see Sal say, "Ain't that swell?" And then we get to see Weasel kill Ferguson, who's the guard, and it's just crazy. And then they get guns and they're shooting the zombies, and they end up all dying, and it is so epic. By far one of the coolest cutscenes that we'd ever seen in Zombies. It was just so epic, and 100% deserved the number 3 spot. I mean, this was by far probably my favorite intro ever, besides Origins maybe, and it was just really good. I mean, it's just great. So coming in at the number 2 spot, we have the Mob of the Dead Where Are We Going cinematic trailer, and this one was also very epic. It just felt so emotional. We hear Weasel talking, and it's just completely epic the entire time. I mean, the music from Where Are We Going, it just, the hype is just so real, and it just feels amazing. Like, the entire atmosphere of the video was just like, dang, this is dope. Like, I it's hard to explain how cool it is, but it is by far one of the most epic director's cuts, if not the best one that we had ever seen in Zombies. Like, it was literally top notch, and that song just made it 10 times better, because I think you guys voted for that song as like number 2 or 3 all time when we did the top 10 Easter egg songs. So you guys really enjoyed that song, and honestly, that director's cut was just so dope. Like, it was by far one of the best. And coming in at the honorable mention spots, we got 3 once again this week. We always have 3 usually. The first one is going to be the Shangri-La intro. And Shangri-La intro was awesome because they played "In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight." And I can't remember the rest of the words or even the name of the song. I think it's just "In the Jungle." That's the name of the song. But it was just so dope, man. It fit it perfectly. We see the characters. You see the waterfall. You see all the zombies. You see the monkeys. Man, this thing was dope. It was by far one of the best. And I definitely agree with an honorable mention spot for that one. I think it was actually really good. It probably could have been a little bit better. The next one is the Revelations ending. So a lot of you guys, you didn't really like the Rev ending, most likely. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool how we saw Primus. When I saw Primus for the first time in the outro cutscene, I kind of freaked out. I really liked how it was like that, because if you go around and get all the scraps from Origins, you get the Primus picture, and that's what ended it all. And it was just so cool to see that be like a continued cycle and it restarted. I thought that was really cool, but a lot of the community didn't really like the outro. I think they could have had 2 different endings and that would have made it better, but overall it was still really good and deserved an honorable mention. And the last and final one is the Call of the Dead intro. Now this one was really cool because we see George Romero and we get to see all the zombies and everything like that, and the other characters like Danny Trejo and all Robert Englund and Sarah Michelle Gellar, and it's just epic, man. Like, it was really cool to see them, and I just think it was epic, guys. Like, it was really cool. And it's so funny because George Romero's like, "Go back to the dressing room, you don't look dead enough," and he says it to like a real zombie. I just thought that was hilarious. So definitely one of the coolest intros that we had ever seen in Zombies. And last and finally not least, coming in at the number 1 spot, I'm sure you guys already know what it is. It is the Origins intro cutscene. By far one of the dopest intros. Actually, it is the best intro that we have ever seen in Call of Duty Zombies. Seeing the 4 Origins characters in their glory, getting crazy kills. My favorite is when Takeo just like cuts up a zombie and his head goes flying, or when Nikolai has the axe and just goes completely down and like chops a zombie in half. That is freaking epic. And we see Dempsey with the MG08. Then we see Richtofen at the end cutting open Max's brain and body, and it's just dang crazy, boys. And you have Shepherds of Fire, which is one of the coolest Easter egg songs ever in Zombies as well, which is playing, and I just think it was so cool. So by far, I 100% agree with you guys, as the Origins intro cutscene got the number 1 spot this week. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Later on today, I'm going to have some Riese gameplay, which is a new multiplayer map that's coming to Infinite Warfare. And also, guys, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be uploading a top 10 next week. It all depends on how the new map is going, Shaolin Shuffle. If it's like already done and I solved the Easter egg and everything, then I probably will, but we'll have to wait and see for next week. Also, I'm going to be uploading Shaolin Shuffle gameplay early on Monday because I did get invited to Infinity Ward, and that's all thanks to you guys supporting me, so big thank you to you guys. And also, last but not least, I want to say, make sure you guys vote for next week's episode, which is going to be the top 10 worst maps in Call of Duty Zombies, but excluding Transit. So anyways, guys, hope you have a fantastic day. My name is GregFPS, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.